Hi guys, and welcome back to this journey towards excellent exam results. In these shorter revision videos, we are going to be breaking down different concepts within the GCSE Geography specification. The aim of this is to help us understand the concepts better and to give us the information and confidence we need to answer exam questions. In today's video, we are going to discuss the types of energy resources that are available to us. Okay, let's get started. What are the types of energy resources that are available to us? Now we have three types. We have non-renewable energy, renewable energy, and recyclable energy. Now, I'm sure we know about the first two, especially, and the non-renewable energy is mostly fossil fuels, and these are finite sources that can only be used once. Once you have combusted or burnt them, you cannot reuse them. Now, the first picture here shows a gas terminal in the North Sea, and this one is supplying the UK with gas that is then going to be used for electricity, for heating, for cooking, and for cars as well, or vehicles. Okay, and then we have the oil rig, and this one here is an offshore oil rig, meaning that it's out at sea. And again, the oil is going to be used for transport, for heating, for manufacturing things like tires, toothbrushes, toothpaste, and so on. And then the last picture is showing a coal mine, and the coal is used for electricity and in the production of steel. Now, we then move on to renewable energy, and these are naturally replenished energy sources that do not run out. So they are not finite. These ones are being replenished every single day. And the first one we have here is solar power from the sun. Then we have wind power from the wind, and then we have HEP, which stands for hydroelectric power. Now, the word hydro stands for water, and it's the use of water to generate electricity. And in this case here, we can see that we have a dam. Now, that dam has been built right here so that it can release water in a controlled way through the dam wall over here. And the dam wall has turbines within it. And what happens is when you release water to go through that wall, it turns those turbines. And as those turbines are turned, they generate an electric current, which is then used as electricity. That is what is transmitted to our homes as electricity. And then moving on to tidal power, which is this picture here, it works in a similar way to hydroelectric power. So what happens is that because you get tides in coastal areas once or twice a day, well, the tide comes in and then the tide goes out. So whenever the tide comes in, the water will be allowed to flow through the wall that has been built here, and as it does that, it's going to turn turbines that will then generate an electric current. And then when the tide goes out, it then turns the turbines as it goes out again. So it generates energy as the tides come in and as they go out. Then the last one here is geothermal power or geothermal energy. And this one is generated from the heat of the earth, just like the name suggests, geo and thermal. So thermal standing for heat, and then geo meaning earth. So it's the heat of the earth, and this is normally generated in areas that have got some kind of tectonic activity that is taking place. So the interior of the earth in those areas is quite, has high temperatures, and therefore those high temperatures can be used to heat water, and then the steam from that water will then be used to turn turbines, and those turbines will generate electricity. Then we have the last category here, which is the the recyclable energy. Now, this is energy from sources that would otherwise be wasted. And it converts waste materials into usable energy like electricity or heat. Now, the first one in this category is biomass. And here we have a biomass power plant. Now, this one here uses logging, and logging obviously the residue that remains from when trees are being cut down, as well as agricultural residues as well. So whatever residue has been left from agriculture, such as, well, and including sawdust as well. And this here is then used or burned in a boiler to generate high pressure steam. Now that steam will then be used to turn turbines, which again will produce electricity. So this is a good way of using material that would otherwise be wasted to produce electricity. And then the next category under recyclable energy here is biogas. Now this one here, an example of this is in India. You remember we covered this during in the development dynamics video. And this here is when we use animal waste to produce that biogas. And then that gas is used to generate, for heating and for cooking and for lighting in homes as well. That brings us to the end of this video on the types of energy resources available. I hope that you have found the information insightful and useful. I have also done a video covering the whole of topic 9 on consuming energy resources. It will pop up as one of the suggested videos at the end of this one, and can also be found in the Consuming Energy Resources playlist. Videos on all the other subtopics within this topic are also in that playlist. Thanks once again for joining in this journey towards excellent exam results. All the best and see you again soon. Bye-bye.